This is a Male Rights Activist Podcast, episode 61, where we focus on relationships, sports, and pop culture from a man's point of view. First of all, we want to thank our listeners, each and every one of you. Thank you for hanging with the fellas.
What up?
On today's show, can you spank another man's kid?
Depends on what another man's kid did.
Stacey Dash gets arrested for domestic violence.
Leave them white men alone.
And college players can finally get paid in the great state of California. Plus, we have our favorite guest here, Denisha, Bertina, Love, Harrison, Abdul-Jabbar. All that and more. Right now. This is MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamel. I am Kyle.
I am Kamel.
We're saving relationships one listener at a time. We got some feedback, homie.
Do we now?
Yes. One of our longtime listeners, Rod the God in AZ, said, I'm still faithfully listening to your podcast. The Dwayne seemed to dominate the show, whether it was the nigga with no say and his daughter's fucking in his house or the nigga fucking up with the house. If you're just tuning in for the first time, that's 2 F-bombs and a nigga within the first 3 seconds.
That's right to God.
Hey, man.
We love him.
We do love him. Show was funny, yet on point as ever. On a real note, what happens when wifey talks Dwayne into letting the dude continue to fuck in the house? He accepts it, but they break up and his daughter starts fucking someone else. Is he supposed to let his daughter just juggle dicks in the house? Quickly, Kamau, what do you think, man? If they break up, what's the problem, man?
Who breaks up?
All right, so
I mean, I'm confused. Dwayne and his wife,
no,
or
Dwayne
the
and
daughter?
Girl. So Dwayne says, "Fine, I'm gonna let you and this guy who's like a son of mine have intercourse in the house." This is from the Dear Irby from last week.
Okay.
If you didn't hear it, it was epic. Please go back to episode 6.
Okay, and so they break up,
Yeah.
and so basically the precedent's already been set.
Yes.
So now any dude
Yeah.
should have action.
I'd never
because
thought of that.
I mean,
right.
first of all, he ain't supposed to, you know what I'm saying, let the wife talk him into this.
Correct. And I think what Rod is saying is we may not have seen it. Listeners may not have seen it. If you allow this, you don't realize you're allowing that.
It's a slippery slope to several dicks in the house.
Yes, several.
Several.
And the thing that you said last week that killed me was the breakfast, just the look at the breakfast, the smirk.
Oh, yeah.
The pancakes.
He eating your breakfast after he didn't smash your daughter under your roof in a house that you're paying for.
I'm about to get upset again, man.
Yeah,
This next one.
I was furious, Dwayne, man.
Dude.
Come on, man, Dwayne. Don't let me down.
This next one is from Hercules in Philly. Bruh, I've been meaning to throw a flag on the flag. Flag on the flag. That's our first flag on the flag.
Damn.
You know how they wave them off? The ref waves them off?
Yeah.
This is a flag on the flag. This is from Dean Blandino up in the press box, in New York when they...
This is the home office. Well, it's almost like the home office. Like we getting in trouble. We getting
in trouble for throwing a flag. Yeah, one of the OGs. He said, bruh, been meaning to throw a flag on the flag. K-Fed. Y'all kind of went in on him. Yeah, he needs more of Britney's money. And yeah, it's a bitch move. But he's our bitch. He is on the wall in the MRA Hall of Fame. How many times in years past did we have to hear women getting awarded obscene amounts of money, and not only that, but had to swallow the secret high fives women give each other for the W, especially when it's resulting in a record-breaking amount of dough they get. Dog, remember, we only have one K-Fed. That's it. He has remained true to it, and it's like watching one soldier make it to the other side. Slow clap. Appreciate him for what he's done for male rights, for all the fallen soldiers that got took to the cleaners. Think about it. We almost got to add Kendu, that's Mary J. Blige's husband, to the list, but they took him down. Anyway, I had more to say on it, but my thumbs are tired. Hercules from Philly, man.
Hercules, honestly, man, he's right. We did go in on K-Fed, and K-Fed is... You know what I'm saying? A pioneer. He's a Jackie Robinson of this shit right now.
He is right now.
You know what I'm saying? And we probably should salute K-Fed, but as Hercules also said when he was correct, it's such a bitch move.
That's the problem. K-Fed made a bitch move. And Hercules is absolutely correct, man. We did not take enough time to praise K-Fed for kicking down the door.
Yeah.
Because what happens is, we're going to talk about later with Stacey Dash.
Yeah.
Even if it's wrong, it takes them being done wrong before the changes is made.
Yeah, they have to see how ridiculous the stuff is, because first it was K-Fed, and then it was like a Halle Berry's dude or something like that.
But he wasn't as high. He wasn't as famous as K-Fed.
Yeah.
So, but hey, it's a step in the right direction to reveal the fact that, man, dude's been taken to the cleaners for years. If half the amount of dudes got rich off women as the women who've gotten rich off men, it should be over.
Oh, yeah, they would change this shit in a heartbeat.
It's like if black people started bearing arms with the right to bear arms.
Yeah, walking down the street with like AR, walking in Target with an AR-15.
How long will
that last? 2 dudes sagging and shit.
Yeah, let's see how long the legal guns will last when black people start bearing arms.
You know, that's how they got rid of the stuff in California.
What do you mean?
California was in the 60s. The Black Panthers were able to, because of the law, you could bear arms. Until the Black Panthers started walking around. Ronald Reagan was then governor. He changed that shit.
He said, we can't walk around here. It changes everything, man.
Like, yeah, fuck, Black Panthers fucked up for everybody. And so basically, like, if more K-Feds pop up, they would change that. They change the rules. It would be. It will balance it out a little bit. Not a little bit. Hopefully, even.
All right. We come back. Normally, we do save a relationship next, but because we have a guest today, I'm gonna move that down. We're gonna get the front page of our lives, get the goals, then go back to save a relationship, so we can bring in a female's perspective. This is the MRA podcast. Hey guys, I want to take this time to ask you to subscribe to The World According to Cheryl. That is Cheryl Underwood's podcast. It's hilarious, and I'm on it. Kamal, your birthday month has arrived. October in the building. And this is the fourth quarter. Football, y'all do that in basketball? You put your fours up at the beginning of the fourth period?
Nah, because, you go to the...
You're just nothing, huh?
Yeah, because you huddle them with the coach and stuff like that. So it's
in football, in the man sport, you hold your four, you hold your four up, man. When it's fourth quarter, signifying this is when I'm going to step it up. Now, me and my personal life, man, I tend to start fast and peter out. So at this fourth quarter of the goals, man, I don't even feel like setting no goals. Come on, I'm tired. I've been going hard all year. My little calendar I got to show you is full of X's from writing every day.
All right.
But I am burning out, dog. I don't want to set not another damn goal.
Nary another goal.
But we got to finish strong. So the fourth quarter starts October 1st, and that's our goal, man. Today, this episode is airing on October 2nd. So I remember that was the day OJ's verdict was announced on one of his trials. I remember that for some reason. Yep.
The first joint?
I think the non-riot one.
Oh, is that
it might have been the riot. I don't remember. It was October 2nd though.
The first one, I know we was in college and we celebrated.
That's so funny. So ridiculous. All right, so my third quarter goals, man, I got to call myself out, Kamal. I did my writing goals and I was able to hit the stages the amount I wanted to. I wanted to get a Laugh Factory showcase, which I got, which feels good to see that it was written there and an accomplishment. I guess I should celebrate that, right? Come to find out that it's not as easy as I thought. I need another 3 of those. I was like, oh, man, every time you think you can get somewhere. Hang out at the Ice House twice a month. I did that. I'm about to move into just doing their open mic situation, too. I was supposed to be working on this project with Courtney Black. That is not. And the project you and I are working on, we let that die too. The writing goals died. The stand-up goals were hit. That's basically what mine is. Kamal, you told me it isn't looking good for your goals. Talk to me, dog.
Dude, let me tell you how bad my goal situation.
Holla at your boy.
My goal situation is so bad, I don't even remember what the goals were. I don't even remember. I don't even remember the goals I set, so I didn't meet him.
This is why we didn't have our guest today, Denisha Verdina Love Harrison's here today. This is why we didn't have her in the room for this part, because I didn't want her looking at you like, that's why, blah, blah, blah.
Well, no, I'll say this. So, I'll say if it was like, because I really forgot, but I tried to eat. Well, I'm doing this thing, man, with my diet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's called
Intermittent fasting.
intermittent fasting.
Come on.
I've been good on that. I have been solid. Maybe occasionally I eat 15 minutes before I'm supposed to, or 30 minutes after I'm supposed to. But for the most part, man, I've been solid on that. You know what I'm saying? And I like it. I can only eat for 8 hours out of the whole day.
So that's something to celebrate. You've been doing the intermittent fasting consistently. You did it the whole third quarter.
Yeah, I did it consistently. I've been doing it. Yeah. So I know I was like eating sugar and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I fell off the wagon hard.
Does it have sugar in it? I don't
Probably
think so.
not. But you know what I'm saying? I eat dessert and shit now. Like, I need something sweet to. Yeah. But aside from that, I know I hit that. Now my writing, you know, I haven't been hitting that hard. But me and the wife, we set goals yesterday.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we set goals yesterday. And so each week, my goal is to submit to 10 managers / agents.
For how long?
Indefinitely. We didn't say how long, but just
said it. Well, let's just say it. December 31st.
All right, to the end of the year.
Yeah.
10 a week, and also apply to 5 jobs in that writing area.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah.
And our listeners get to see, hey, we're being vulnerable, man. It's very vulnerable to share with the audience, the world, what we're trying to do, you know, because we fail. And some of them we do, some we don't. But we're only doing this so that you will be inspired to set your own goals every 3 months. You know, there's 4 quarters in the year. We're just trying to get you to set your goals so you can get there. We come back, man. Like I said, we're going backwards today. I didn't set my goals for this 3 months, man. I know I do want to. I want to book a job, man. But but that's not a goal. That's an outcome. So I got to feel like I have to really ask myself, what am I gonna do? What do I really want to commit to? Because I'm talking, but do I really? You know, it'd be nice to book another commercial or some type of show business job, but that's too vague, and that's probably why I'm not getting it. So I really got to have a soul-searching moment. I do want to make it to all my son's games, and I want to continue to hit 6 to 10 sets a week. I got to get another Laugh Factory Showcase, new faces, so that means I got to show up there twice a month, as well as the Improv Open Mic twice a month, and I'm going to add the Ice House in there. I'm going to say twice because some nights I'll be booked, so I'll add that too. Ice House Open Mic. It's so humbling to use that word open mic after all these years I've been doing comedy. But hey, if you don't reach your goals, you got to go back to the beginning sometimes. When we come back, we're going to save a relationship. We're going to bring in our guest, Denisha Vertina Love Harrison, because she's going to give us some female insight on the Save a Relationship segment. And coming up later in the show, can you spank another man's child? We'll talk about that. This is the MRA Podcast. Yo, Kamal.
What's up?
I finally finished my album, dog.
The one you did in 2013?
Yeah, man. I know, man. A long time ago, man. But I said, you know what? I'm going to finish this album. This thing is coming out. Eventually. You know, you got to finish. You can't give up.
I can dig it. And eventually it's finally here.
Eventually it's finally arrived, man. And I was listening to it, man. This thing was funny, dude.
Okay, it's not dated. No jokes about chingy or nothing like that.
There is some dated jokes in there. Like there's a reference to, it was before Michael Sam came out. Because it was like a reference to gay athletes that came out. And I was like, wow, that's dated. Okay. But the juxt of it is everything's good.
Bruce Jenner still.
Yeah,
Caitlyn. Caitlyn?
He's Bruce. He's
Bruce.
I don't talk about him,
but he was Bruce.
Yeah, I used to have a Bruce Jenner joke. He was Bruce, and this is when I recorded this. But no, it's ready, man. It's out. Okay. It's funny, man. Check it out and get it on iTunes right now. It's called "Be a Man at All Times." Welcome back. We have our guest, one of our favorite guests, our most common guest, Denisha Vertina Love Harrison Abdul-Jabbar. How about getting on the mic, Vertina?
Hello, everyone. I'm back again and again.
Let's save a relationship. Come on.
Come on, man. We got to do this.
This is for Tanya.
All right.
This is for Tanya. All right. Today's lesson comes from a conversation I had with my boy, Pastor Braxton, about one of the frustrations I've been having with the lady. He asked me, man, have you said something? And I said, I shouldn't have to keep telling her. Now, the funny thing about that, the reason why it's so good that Vertina's here is because we don't want to have to keep telling y'all shit that we expect y'all to know. Mm-hmm. However, what he said was, if she doesn't do it, she doesn't know. And it clicked in my head like that. Then I realized I shouldn't say I shouldn't have to keep telling her. What I really should say is I don't want to have to keep telling her. Because that's the real issue. I don't want to keep reminding her about this. It's like if you have an athlete on your team, right? And he's running weak routes. Right? Let's just say basketball. Let's take it to basketball. Let's just say he's not following through on his jump shot, right? And you've told him 50 times.
Well, let's say something that can hurt the team. So basically, he's setting illegal screens and stuff like that.
And you told him 50 times.
Yeah.
Stop setting illegal screens.
Right.
But are you explaining to him how to set a proper screen?
I'm assuming I've done all of that, and he keeps setting illegal screens.
Like Vontaze Burfict.
Yeah.
Vontaze Burfict from the Raiders, used to be on the Cincinnati Bengals, gave another dirty hit. He got in trouble again. He keeps doing this.
Yeah.
So you got to, sooner or later, you either got to cut bait or you got to keep showing the person. If they have a willing heart, they will do it. But the question is, do they have a willing heart? Vertina, your face is all crunched up. What's going on?
Well, I don't really care about sports. And so these analogies are losing me. I just want to know, give me an example, a real life example
Well, you're saying
of what
basically,
you're talking about.
If somebody keeps doing something wrong or not doing something, as the coach, after you've repeatedly said, "Hey, stop doing this," or "I need you to do this," and they don't do it, should you still have to keep reminding them to do it?
Yes, if you want them on the team. So let me give you an example.
And maybe you just need to rephrase the way that you're going about it is not working.
Yes.
Oh, that's obvious.
It's a disconnect.
Yeah.
It's obvious a disconnect.
But
And
can you give me a real life example?
I got one for you.
I got a cold one.
Well, let me do mine. Oh,
Okay.
Do yours.
Okay.
I want to hear both.
All right. Let's say, in the bedroom, you have a bed. On both sides of the bed, you have windows. Each window.
Yeah.
Right. And so let's say somebody keeps going to the other person's side of the bed and opening up that window.
Yeah.
That same person who doesn't like it cold, so every time it's time for him to go to bed, it's cold as shit. And he's got to close the window, which honestly he can do, but he's repeatedly told his other significant other, stop opening up the window on my side of the bed.
And it's not working.
It's not working.
That person wants to, for some reason, open up that window.
Just goes naturally.
Yeah, to open up that window.
Yeah. So what do? Well, after a while, you just stop saying something, which cause I shouldn't have to.
That's what it is. Let me get mine. I'm going to use other names, okay? Billy expects to smash his lady 4 times a week like he used to, right? With other women or whatever, right? Cindy, it just doesn't respond to that. Cindy doesn't think like that, right? So Billy's like, I don't want to have to keep telling you that I need this penis wet. I don't want to keep telling you that. I'm tired of it. So I'm just going to be mad all the time. Well, you don't want to keep saying it, but unfortunately you haven't gotten the message clear. So you have to keep teaching. It's like if my daughter says B's instead of D's and D's instead of B's. I can't say, I'm sick of telling you, damn it. That's a B. That's not a D. It's once you bring it to your daughter, you're like, oh, yeah, you're right. She obviously doesn't get it. So just keep gently reminding. Go ahead, Vertina.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. I don't even know where to start with Kamal's scenario. Both of these situations, I get the lesson of the day. Yeah. I get that. But as the female here.
Yeah. Thank God you're here today.
Just close the damn window before you go to bed. I don't see the issue.
You see
and the second one, let's say if that is the issue in the relationship, have you thought that maybe it's not that she doesn't want to help you out in that way? It's not that. That's not the issue. The issue is you're not sparking something in her. So this issue of like, I have said it this way and she's not responding. What you want specifically requires her to be in a different mind frame. And so maybe you need to approach it differently. Maybe she needs her feet rubbed. Maybe she needs you to just look in her eyes and say something nice that'll warm her up, and you can get what you want 4 times a week.
You know what's hard about that,
These are two different issues, I
believe.
believe.
They are 2 different issues. But you know what's hard about that, man, is you get to the point where it's hard because in certain situations you ain't got to work that hard. In other situations you just do. And if you are in a situation where you got to work that hard, you just got to. And
exactly.
in Kamal's perfect example, you don't want to have to keep talking about that damn window. But unfortunately, you're always going to have to with this particular partner. So unless you're going to dump that particular partner for this, which you're probably not going to,
right.
It's just one of those things you have to stop saying, I shouldn't have to tell you. That's the basic point.
Yeah, I was going to say, going back to the basketball analogy, the guy setting illegal picks.
Yes.
I put that guy on the bench and get somebody in there who will set those picks right.
And then you have other issues.
Yes, then you'll have new issues.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know that.
It's like Vontaze. You will. No, you will. It's like Vontaze Burfict. Why do you think Vontaze Burfict is still in the league?
Because he's good.
He's a hell of a defensive player.
Yeah.
He's just dirty.
Yeah.
But you want that
Right.
dog.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's like a woman who leaves the windows open.
What's the good part? What's the good part?
Oh, she's got great things about her. She
Well,
just,
we haven't heard any.
And the purpose of the windows probably just to bring fresh air into the room.
I noticed we haven't heard any examples,
funny.
though.
Of how great she is.
And she said, like,
I don't know why he's not sharing, but I'm sure
funny.
she
probably does something. Listen, Vontaze Burfict hits too hard,
I'm
right?
sure she cooked a good meal.
Let me help you out. So the guy who's sexually starved, right? The good thing is he never got to worry about her being out in the street. So there it is, man. And he don't always have to hit it because dudes get tired of hitting it too, especially the same piece. So that's the other good thing. He ain't always got to hit it. So that's a positive. But the window girl, I can't find the positive of that. I'm just having a hard time.
So that situation,
I'm sure you can.
And she has a point about just closing the window.
Okay.
She has a great point if we didn't always have to put down the toilet seat. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the easiest shit.
Just put the damn toilet seat down.
The women complain about the toilet seat. That's
all
the
time.
easiest thing.
I do not complain about
women in general.
And
how did you make this about you? I thought this was a hypothetical.
The damn window
You're
open.
the window lady?
She's the window lady. Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow. But here's the thing about it. One thing I'll say this, except for maybe my 7-year-old, me and my older son are trained. We pee. We put the seat down. Mm-hmm. And the thing about it is, it just comes natural now. Mm-hmm. But like, if we didn't, she would
be bitching about it,
right? And that's one of those easiest things. Like, because I never got that.
Yeah,
I never understood like why that was about. You don't put the toilet seat down. It's down.
It's done.
Like, how hard?
You know what also you don't do? You don't put the toilet seat up.
No.
When we come back, Stacey Dash is arrested for domestic violence. And speaking of violence, is it ever okay to spank another person's kids? We're going to talk about that when we come back. It's the MRA Podcast. Can I have your attention, please? We are trying to start a movement. You heard that right. We're starting a movement. We're doing something different here at the MRA Podcast. We vibing with y'all. You know what I'm saying, fellas? You know what I'm saying, ladies? It ain't just fellas that listen to the show. Matter of fact, it's a majority women, but it's all good. I know you know somebody that fits with what we try to do over here. So all we need you to do is send it to them. Tell a friend. You know what I'm saying? That somebody know how we get down here at the MRA show. It's really called the podcast, but I just wanted to rhyme no and show. Do you watch the Kardashians, Bertina?
I do. Not in real time, but I'll watch it.
Okay, so
eventually.
The dude, what's Chris's boyfriend's name? The brother? You don't know? Whatever. He threatened to smack
the regular black man on the show.
Yeah, the only black. Well,
sometimes Kanye is showing there.
All right. Anyway, and since Lamar's gone. Anyway, it don't matter. But it's Kris Kardashian's boyfriend, the brother.
Right.
They were having dinner. Kris Jenner. Sorry. They were having dinner, and the subject came up of Kourtney Kardashian's little baby.
His name is Corey.
Thank you. Corey Kardashian. Nah, that's disrespectful. Sorry, Corey. Flag on the play to me. And the subject came up of little Kourtney Kardashian's little baby. And here
Penelope.
it is right here. Yeah, Penelope.
I guess I do watch it.
See?
She was putting her in the car, and Penelope scratched her face. But P can be out of control. I think she almost like blacks out and like does these wild things. But like if you're a nanny, you also...
I've never had...
If a kid scratches, can you pop the kid and it's cool?
No, but you could also...
I'm sorry, but if P scratched me for no reason, I'm whipping her ass, and I'll explain to y'all later.
I love that. I'm whooping her ass. I'll explain to y'all later. Now, that turned into a big dust-up. Scott Disick got mad. He was furious. He looked at them, what, you're going to spank my kid? Blah, 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 blah. So here at the MRA Podcast, man, the question is there a flag on the play for Corey, or is he in the right?
Unfortunately, there's a flag just because of the climate that we're in now.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Like, I got whooped by other people's parents.
Yeah, no biggie.
No biggie. I remember like my homeboy Akil's mom, Talia, she whooped me. We were fighting. She whooped me.
Yeah, it is what it is.
And I wasn't like, I can't wait to tell my mom. I was like, man, please don't tell my mom.
That you had to whoop
I
me.
hope this is
Yeah,
over.
yeah. Did
I
she
hope
tell
it's
your mom?
done. I think she did.
Of course she
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, just, I got whooped by somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of thinking of revenge, I'm thinking the embarrassment this is going to cause my mother, that somebody else had to whoop me.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
going to cause my mom to
Yeah.
really lay into me.
Uh-huh.
And so I was fearful.
Mm-hmm.
Cut to today, you touch somebody, hey, my mama's going to
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel what Corey's saying.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, man, that's one of those things where it's like, stay away from other people's kids.
Yeah, man.
Because you can't discipline them the way you would like to, even though, the way you should be able to.
Yeah.
So just don't come around me. Don't put your kid in my protection.
How do you feel if your ex-wife's new boyfriend spanks your son?
Yeah, we got a problem.
Yeah.
We got a problem. Because, and here's the thing about it. I don't know. I wouldn't know him.
Yes. What if? So if you knew him, is there a way that he could do it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess if I knew the guy, we were cool. I knew he wasn't about no bullshit. So I knew if he did something, my son must have really did something wrong.
Yes.
Now and then I would prefer. It isn't a perfect scenario.
Of course.
Yeah.
This is all in the
It is
perfect world.
it is a perfect scenario.
Yeah.
He would have to holler at me. That, hey man, I just I had to
hey.
had to swipe him a couple times because
Not swipe him, but
yeah,
spank
him. Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, go ahead.
I had to swat him a little bit because he was doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
In the perfect world, I'm like, for real?
Yeah.
Put his ass on the phone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, that's not the world we live in.
Fellas, you got to know the rule, man. You got to holler at the dude, just what Kamau just said, man. And if you with a woman, man, you got to talk to the dude out of respect. What's going on? Y'all got to set up ground rules, how it's going to happen. There can't be what Corey just said is just a flag on the play. You can't spank, especially you can't spank a kid
But
and
we get where he's coming
get
from.
where it's coming from because the kid's spoiled.
Well, not only that, she scratched someone in the face.
Yes.
So I mean, I don't agree with him as far. I don't think he'd actually do it either. But I do think you can talk to a child and let them know I'm not the one to fuck with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can say you could talk to them in a way that their parent probably wouldn't even want anyone to talk to them.
Yeah.
You know?
And Corey saying that in front of Scott means he has zero fear of Scott.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude.
He has zero fear.
He's also letting them know, like, hey, if
Yeah.
P's with me, she's not touching me.
Yeah.
'Cause
Don't
there will
bring
be
that over here.
consequences.
Yeah.
And that's one of those
Let
things where
her
it's
know
like,
now.
yeah, and that's one of those things where it's like, I have zero fear of Scott, so you ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah.
But also, before your daughter comes around me, you better tell her something.
It also lets you know why he's at the table.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of masculinity around that house.
Yeah.
And so he's expressing his dominance. He's coming with what they call the big dick energy. He letting me know, hey man, don't bring that over here, bro. Because normally what you do is you got to talk to your lady, and if you the step granddaddy, that means you got to talk to your lady, and then the lady's daughter, and the lady's son-in-law, whatever.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people you supposed to. He jumped ahead of all of them. He was like, squeeze all that.
If she scratched my face,
We got a problem.
I'm whooping her ass.
And I'll tell you later.
Yeah,
She better not scratch my face is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Speaking of scratches, Kamau. When we come back, Stacey Dash scratched her husband up and ended up in handcuffs.
Coolness.
MRA Podcast. Hey, what's up, man? I just had to take a time away from the podcast to let you know. If you want an MRA hat, you can get you one. You know why? Because we got them for sale. 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 You can get you one in red, blue, black, whatever you want. Just go to the website, themrapodcast.com. That is themrapodcast.com and get you one. Come out, Stacey Dash got arrested for domestic violence.
And I'm glad.
Yeah, because exactly for what Hercules said in the beginning of the show. Now, when I watched the video, man, you know how I felt? I felt bad for Stacey Dash, dog. I was just like, she shouldn't get arrested for that. That's dumb. They got into it. But that's how I feel when a man's getting arrested sometimes.
Yeah.
They just got into it, man. There's a difference between this guy's, he whooping at, you know what I'm talking about, Ike Turner and throwing people around by the hair. He's a terrorist, or they got into it. Big difference.
Yeah.
Vertina's shaking her head no.
No, I don't. If no party should put their hands on them. Like, I should be comfortable enough to say whatever I want to, as close as I want, without touching you, and vice versa.
Yeah, no, you can't say whatever you want. You can't say. That's the problem, man.
It's
the
a
amnesty.
major problem.
That female amnesty is the reason why we have a
permanent
problem.
red jersey.
Yes, man, that red jersey, for those non-athletes out there, red jersey means you can't hit the quarterback. And so when the quarterback get in your face because he can't get hit, that just... So, you know, amnesty is, right?
But I think both sides, though, should have the red jersey.
No.
Like, a woman should be putting her hands on a man, and a man.
But see, here's the thing. I mean, I agree. I'm anti-violence.
Okay.
However,
non-violent.
I'm non-violent. But the problem is that some women, because they are wearing that red jersey, they feel empowered to say shit that a man would get
his ass beat for saying.
That a man
amnesty come
it's
out.
like not like, you know what I'm saying, like I'm just mad because I'm some woman beater. Like, no, you're saying shit that if you was a dude,
you imagine how flagrant you would be with the cops if you couldn't be touched.
Oh, yeah.
That's why the white dude gets in the cop's face. Give me your bag.
An old white woman, yeah.
Oh my God.
An old white woman, yeah. If you knew a cop was not gonna rough you up, hit you with a billy club and all that stuff, would you be, sir? No, sir. No,
exactly.
I was. What the fuck you pull me over for?
Yep.
Fuck you! Yep. All up in his face, point your finger at
as
him.
close as you can without touching him. Yep.
If you knew, there were no repercussions.
Yeah.
The worst, you get a ticket, a citation.
Yeah. What if you couldn't even get that?
Oh God!
He'd be showered with spit in his face. Accidentally.
The rent-a-cop treatment.
The rent-a-cop, exactly. The motherfucker that can't do shit. That's exactly what it is. That's the difference between the cop and the rent-a-cop. Rent-a-cop get treated like shit because you know he has literally no power.
Right.
And the cop has it, and you know he will shoot your black ass. And so that's what it is. That's what's happened in the home. They know they can't get hit. Dudes already knew. I mean, dudes know she can't really hurt him. So the problem is he can't hit her, and so she can say whatever she wants. And if they get into a skirmish, he's going to jail. Now, Stacey Dash called the police. She's the one that called 911.
Thinking it was going to benefit her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thinking.
Gotcha.
Got your ass.
A word?
Yeah.
Guess what? He's the one with scratches on him.
Yeah. See, here's the thing about it, man.
That's what she get.
20 years ago, dude's going to jail.
No matter what.
Yeah. Right.
Based on her word.
Dude, I was at my homeboy's house, and him and this girl got into an argument. And she rushed him. And he, blocked her and stuff like that, whatever. You know, moved her arms out the way. That was the extent of it.
You saw with your own eyes.
Saw with my own eyes.
Yeah.
She called the police, right? Because, you know what I'm saying, as she's trying to hit him and he's moving her arms out the way, her body is contorting, it's not a smooth ride.
Yeah.
She might be getting bumped into the wall, but she's initiating all contact, right?
Yeah.
So she calls police come, and my guy explains it, and as calmly as possible, the cop says, "Sir, do you have anywhere to go right now?"
Wow.
And he's like, "This is my house." He's like, "Sir, do you have anywhere to go? Or if you don't, I'm gonna have to bring you in."
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He did nothing. He had to leave. Like I said, he wasn't going to take him in. He had to leave. And if he didn't comply, he was going to jail.
I think they call that a cooling off, though.
Yeah.
Because Stacey Dash is pretty much in jail for that. That's probably why she couldn't go home immediately.
Yeah.
She had a $500 bail that she could post. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, I can let her hold $500, especially as how fine she used to be just on GP. But she can't go home because of the cooling off period. So it's like you guys can't be around each other. It's like in football, if your helmet comes off, you got to come out for a play. or if you get a concussion, you can't play next week.
Yeah.
So we just as a precaution,
Right, yeah. Basketball, get that tech, coach pull you out.
you out. Cool you down a little bit. Let's cool you down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sit
So
your
this is a
ass
count to 10 moment for Stacey Dash.
Yeah.
So I just want to reiterate that even though I felt bad that she got arrested because I feel like this isn't an arrestable thing.
No.
It's good that she got arrested because men have been getting this shit for years.
I agree. Nobody should get arrested. I think they should change the rules. Change the law.
What should the rule be?
I don't know, man. I mean, I would say if there's signs of abuse, you know what I'm saying? Now, definitely, you get the call, you show up.
Yeah.
You get there, you survey the situation. I don't see nothing. I gotta bounce.
But if someone, male or female, hits the other one, I like the law being in place where that person goes to jail because it stops, especially on the.
I
men.
agree.
Okay.
I'm saying like you said, get into it. You know what I'm saying? Like just like
An
some
argument, yes, an argument, yelling, even throwing things. But like if you touch me, go to jail.
Well, obviously, because the thing about it is, the man can do more damage than the woman.
Yeah, and the man is going to take advantage, just like taking advantage.
And,
If he can't go to jail,
and here's the thing about the man and the woman. The women usually have no defense, and they're not expecting it, so it's pretty much.
Yeah, they're about to get it.
Yeah, it's a clock,
and it's something that's been building up for a while.
Building up,
even a push. Like if a man pushes a woman, you're strong, more likely.
But see, that's
you're stronger.
the red
So it's like,
jersey,
don't even
like
do it.
talking the shit and not expecting anything.
Yeah, stop talking the shit. That we can start there.
Yeah,
stop talking the
because
shit.
I'm sure at
Step
one.
See?
I'm sure at one point, dude says, "Hey man, hey,
enough."
hey.
Okay, man.
Like the referee gives you the warning. All right now.
And we come back, man. We got to talk about this. College players in California can finally get paid. Is that real? We got to talk about that. This is the MRA podcast. Hey, come on. We got listeners all over the world now, man.
Yep.
And I was wondering, man, I wonder what the people do while they're listening to our show. I know we got a guy in the Navy who's in Spain. He listens. We got a lady that drives a Lyft. She listens while she's driving her Lyft and has her customers listen too, which is absolutely hilarious. Cat in Brooklyn listens while he delivers some fish. Okay. We want to know from other people, man, how do you listen to our show? What are you doing? Hit us up on the social media. I'm at Kyle Irby.
I am at Angry Kamal.
And let us know what you're doing when you listen to our show. Kamal, what are you doing when you listen to the show?
Man, I'm usually chilling, man. I take the train to get my son from school.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, man. So I get the headphones on and I listen to it front and back. The problem is I'm coming back. He wants to talk. I'm trying to listen. So I have to, try to act like I'm paying attention to him. I'm really listening to my words of wisdom.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Pretend like you're listening to your son while you're listening to the podcast. That's one way to do it. I usually listen to while I'm cleaning the house, man. I pick... Well, go ahead.
Domestic work?
Yeah, man. Oh, come on, dude. I wish I didn't have domestic work, but yeah, man. I usually listen to if I'm washing the dishes or folding laundry. I listen to any kind of thing that I don't have to think.
Yeah,
and I just get to listen. But I want to know what are the people listening? What are y'all doing? Let us know. Kamal, people have been hitting me up. My cousin Maisha hit me up. She was like, "Did you say this? Did you say this?" And I was like, "All right." She was like, "Y'all should talk about it." It's the women. It's Maisha, it's Vertina, and it's Kashala.
Hey,
constantly producing from miles away. It's something for your show. You need to be doing this. So good looking out, cuz. Kamal Abdul-Jabbar. I haven't even talked about what we're talking about. According to the LA Times, it is official that California will allow college athletes to profit from endorsements under a bill signed by Governor Gavin Newsom. Celebration. How you feel about it, dog?
Well, yeah, I think it's probably going to open up the floodgates. I think California is the first.
Yes.
I think other states will follow. So the good thing is that, like you said, athletes will get paid. Mm-hmm. They could get paid.
They could possibly get paid.
For their likeness and their images.
Yeah, like in the video game.
Yeah, the video game. I remember when I was in college, I used to play the college version of NBA Live.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm playing with UCLA.
Yeah, of course.
That's Ed O'Bannon.
Yeah.
31's Ed O'Bannon, 13's Charles O'Bannon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What school is that, Artesia?
They went to Artesia.
Yeah.
but they're playing UCLA. The number 13 is left-handed. They're both left-handed.
Yeah.
Toby Bailey was light-skinned and all that. They're jumping out the gym.
Yeah. My son became a Reggie Bush fan as a kid, and I remember when Reggie Bush was on the video game. That's what was so beautiful about the NCAA college football game, because they would be constantly thinking about playing college football all the time. And then one year I noticed the numbers were off. Like, who the hell is this running back? Who is this light-skinned guy, number 59 at running back? That doesn't make sense. Well, that was NCAA's answer to using the kids' likeness.
Like Ed O'Bannon was like suing people
Yes.
back in the day. Ed O'Bannon was like a power forward for the UCLA, and he won a national title.
Yeah.
And so,
But now the game's gone.
yeah. But I'm saying like because probably Ed O'Bannon, it was just like
We can't. Y'all want to get paid? Game's over.
a slippery slope. So now, because there's been a lot of debates going on, should college athletes get paid? And I didn't know where I landed on it, because the thing about it is, the star quarterback, might be able to get paid, or maybe should get paid. But what about the lacrosse player, the third string lacrosse?
He should not get paid.
Right.
Because he ain't making no money.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's a student athlete.
Yeah.
So with this one, what Gavin Newsom signed into law, the universities are not paying them. So the schools are still not paying.
Nice.
But if you're good enough, you might be able to get some endorsements. You might be able to get some commercials and stuff like that. Hey, I'm such and such
That's awesome.
Yeah,
for Ford, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ah, that makes sense.
So they'll be able to get paid. And the good thing about this law is any other school that plays in California, as long as that player is making money, like commercials in California, they're exempt from the NCAA's retaliation or the school's retaliation too.
Oh, nice.
So it covers
That is
everybody.
nice.
So you come
That
to
is sweet.
California
Yeah.
and make some
That helps
dough.
USC.
Helps USC.
Let me tell you
Oh,
something.
yes.
Right about now,
Yeah.
we have problems.
Right.
Well, it helps all the California schools.
Yeah, it helps with recruiting,
Yeah.
right?
Oh man, if Reggie Bush would have been able to get paid, we wouldn't have been on suspension.
Dude,
Yeah.
that hurts my feelings, man. Because SC didn't pay Reggie Bush, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if we talked about it on the show, but I was at the game when they played Utah. I think. it
And
was
Reggie
Utah.
Bush's return.
He was there.
How was
It was Friday night, man.
how was his the response?
Oh, the game, the thing I was talking about, the bringing the late to the game and all that stuff. That was the game. The crowd went crazy. Reggie.
Oh, good.
Oh man, it was weird because you could tell. I found it strange when SC scored, he didn't clap. I was just like, what? They did him dirty. They took his
probably
number
said,
down, man. They took
"Fuck
away his
y'all."
highs. I
Yeah.
know.
I'm only here because I'm working this game for
But
ESPN.
come on, man. It's got to feel good for him to be there again, man. He
I'm
hasn't been
sure,
there
like
since.
the adoration, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, the applause and all that stuff, the response from the fans, I'm sure that took him back, and that was, heartwarming, because I know a lot of people kind of blamed him for SC's demise.
Yeah.
Not majority, but some people blame Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
Wow, man, he on Dub magazines and stuff. They have big old carrots in his ears. Like, it was so obvious.
Yeah.
Like, Reggie Bush, he's the one that jerked us.
Yeah,
Was like-
NCAA jerked you, dog.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Reggie did something that every major college athlete was doing.
Yeah.
He was just getting dough, and his parents got dough, and it wasn't the school. So I see what you're saying. Thank you for explaining it, man, because I really didn't understand. Denisha, do you care about this topic? Should you weigh in, or should we move on?
No, I like it. I'm excited about it because I always thought it was unfair that college athletes don't get paid.
Yeah.
And people always say, oh, well, you get a free education, but
Yeah.
so do people on scholarships for education, and
Yeah.
they can still get a job. When
Yeah.
I went through college, I was able to get a job and work and make money, and these athletes cannot get a job.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times you hear these stories, or like on, those HBO backstories and stuff, where
Yeah.
they're saying they're making all this money for the schools, but yet they're still broke, or
Yeah.
they're borrowing money to pay for food, and they're not
Yeah.
even allowed to do that. And
Yeah.
so I think this kind of balances it out.
But they're
And it-
definitely going to find a way. They're going to find a way to trick this out. You know what I mean?
Who, the athletes?
Oh,
or
no, the schools. They're going to find a way to make sure that the athletes getting paid now under advertisement. Because when my dad was at UCLA, it was the local car dealer would come by and he would bless people with envelopes.
Okay.
And now he can do it under the guise of
Right.
it's an endorsement.
Yeah, we just never aired that commercial.
Yeah, it's in post right now.
Yeah, we never aired it because it just didn't come out right. We went
Yeah.
a different direction. But I'll say this.
They deserve it.
They do, but it's
They
going to be
work
hard for the
really
smaller
hard.
schools.
It's hard for the smaller schools. Well, no, the schools have to do nothing. I'll say this, it will definitely
alumni.
inspire players
Yes.
to be as great as they possibly can, because they might be able to, no matter where they are, North Dakota, well, not North Dakota State, but whatever, somewhere in California, the smallest school, if it's a small college town, hey, man, I might be able to sell some cars. I might be able to.
And stuff.
Yeah.
They're going to make some money.
Here's what I wish.
They'll figure it out.
I wish that Louisiana would adopt it, right? And then we could have an endorsement from the MRA podcast, so that somebody can go to Southern. Because in basketball, you just need one guy.
Yeah.
If we can just get a Zion at Southern, just give the ball to him. You know what I mean? And, you know, in basketball, like I said, we're 1AA, man. If Southern could win in basketball, even though it's not football, it would do wonders for the school. So that kind of thing would help.
Yeah, same thing for Howard. Howard got smashed like the first week of college football,
If they
72-0.
All the
So
Howard
embarrassing.
alum.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That always bothers me when a black college can't win in basketball. Like,
This is
Or
football.
any sport. It was football.
but still,
Yeah.
it's just like you're getting beat by Maryland. Them niggas.
But let me just say, the NCAA is opposed to this. They're gonna fight this tooth and nail. So we don't know. I mean, it went in effect, but I'm sure the NCAA is gonna file all types of motions to stop this. So it might not go into effect. It's supposed to go into effect January 2023.
Oh, that's a long time from now.
So
Why take it so long?
But here's the thing about it, man.
next year.
I know.
That'd be
I
good
thought it
enough
was tomorrow.
Yeah, but see, Jared will come back.
Oh yeah, UCLA.
Yeah, come back home and start making some money.
When we come back, we got to talk about Dear Irby Writer. And let me tell you something. I'm just going to come out on blast. He thought his wife wrote this letter. And he was like, nigga, you ain't slick. And he was upset. I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, Melanie from Marysville? I know who that really is. I'm like, what? I don't know what you're saying. You'll find out when you come back. This is the MRA Podcast. Hey, if you're enjoying the podcast, do us a favor. Tell a friend. That's it. Costs you nothing, helps us out, and gives your friends some entertainment to make that commute a little easier, or gives them some company on a workout, or while they're cleaning the house, so it helps them out, helps everyone out. All right, so please subscribe, leave a positive comment, and share. Let's get into this Dear Irby letter.
Let us.
That Vertina did not write.
I did not write this.
Dear Irby, my husband is not romantic at all. And I see why she thought it was you.
I do too.
We never do anything, and whenever we do, I have to be the one to plan it. You're the one that wants to do it. All he does is work all the time, and I swear if he made decent money, I could justify it. But he doesn't. I make much more money than him, and you don't see me always working. I don't know what to do. Some friends of mine recommended this podcast, and I kind of like it. Kinda. I wish my husband listened to some parts of it. Some parts I am glad he does not listen to. But in all seriousness, how can I get him to make an effort? I don't want to tell him because he accuses me of nagging all the time. But I would not have to nag if he just did the basics. Come on, guys. I should not have to tell him that a woman needs romance. Look at that phrase. I should not have to tell him. That is basic. Hello. Everybody knows this. I just want him to try because anything would be better than what he does now. A walk around the block, a handwritten note, the occasional flower, a trip to a pumpkin patch would help me. Help me, please. My girlfriend's husband does all of that, and just once I want to be able to rub it in her face as well. Melanie in Marysville. Denisha Vertina Love Harrison, you're our guest. How you feel?
Well, hi, Mary? Melanie, sorry.
Melanie.
Hey, Melanie. I was feeling her up until that last part.
What part?
The part about rubbing it in her girl's face. It took a turn for me because now I'm like, do you really want romance or you just want to show off? It's two different things. So I'm going to pretend like you didn't say that last part and that you really just want romance in your relationship.
Yeah.
And coming from someone who's in a relationship, not the same, but you know, it lacks its moments of romance. I get it. My advice to you, I don't know. I'm really curious to hear what Kamal and Kyle have to say about this because, you are going to have to do the planning if your guy is just, not romantic. And hopefully he'll just go along with it. It's a tough one, girl.
Come on.
Well, I would say it was very, very convenient for you to say, you to pretend that she didn't say that last part. Because she said that last part.
Sure as hell did.
She said that last part.
She was being funny, right?
Nah.
She gonna write back and say she was just kidding.
The thing about it is, man, honestly, and this is where I feel like a lot of this stuff comes from. This is what society says you're supposed to do. So I want that.
Right.
I want what my girlfriend has because she has it. Keeping up with the Joneses, looking over the other side of the fence. You know what I'm saying? Like she says, everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. So do you want it, or you think this is what you're supposed to get? So I have a problem with that. Second thing, what's wrong with you planning the stuff? You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with it, man. You want to do this stuff. You probably are more thoughtful, more imaginative. You know what I'm saying? I don't see the problem with you planning these events. It's not. I don't think it's a big deal. But again, just coming from a non-romantic. Third thing, your man probably doesn't like to do these things, right? Or he's uncomfortable or whatever. There's a reason why he doesn't do them. And you're saying you shouldn't have to tell him to do it. He should just know that this is what a woman wants. So this is what you want. I feel that. My question to you, Melanie, is what do you do that you struggle with that he likes to do? You know what I'm saying? Is it all smooth sailing and he's the one that needs work, or what is it? Because that's the thing about it, man. I find in a lot of relationships, it's the man that needs to work on himself.
As Bill Burr said.
Yeah, it's the man that needs to work. We're not arguing over what she's doing wrong, or it's what I'm doing wrong, right? And so if it's a struggle for him, put yourself in his shoes. What do you struggle with that he wants? You'll say, well, I do everything. I'm sure you don't do everything. There's something you should probably refuse to do and block that out.
You're so passionate right now.
Because the thing about it is, man, I don't like societal norms. When everybody was wearing like Hawaiian shirts, that shit was lame to me.
Yeah, I had one.
Yeah. Well, this is what they're wearing.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'm taking a stand now. I'm going back to baggy pants.
No,
Come
you're
back.
not.
I'm done. When we come back, I'm going to weigh in. Hey, what's up, y'all? If you like this show, you want to help us offset some of these costs, man, you feeling the need to donate, then do just that. Go to www.patreon.com and make a donation to the MRA Podcast. That is the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal, and you can find us at Patreon. Or you can catch us in the street and just be like, hey, man, I love y'all. I want to bless you with some cash and put some dollars in our pocket. You can do that. Or you can hit us on Venmo. Find our names and just, bless us with dough on Venmo. Or you could pray for us. Do that too. But we prefer cash. All right, Kamal. You talked about how we hate when women look on other people's paper and social media. And this is something that kind of touched me. I thought about it. If men posted... Like if every time my buddy got dome, he posted it on the internet, I'd be hot. I'd be like, I ain't got dome in years. You know what I mean? If my boy posted, man, pulled over, got some roadhead today.
Yeah, and then you see her head going. Yeah, why the fuck you don't do that?
I would be. So women, their most important thing is that romance, and they have to see this bullshit on social media. We talked about last week, poor man who died from Louisiana. Keeping up with the goddamn Joneses, man. Because of all these bitch ass niggas posting all this romantic shit.
Well, not the niggas, it's
the women too.
Yeah.
But it's to impress the women.
Well.
But men do it too, like, hey, look what I did.
Yeah.
It's for the woman though. It ain't for his boys.
Okay.
It's so that his woman looks dope.
Yep.
So it's all of that, because a lot of that is look at me. A lot of all that fancy propose. I flew in from the airplane.
That's hang glided.
Yeah, that's look at me. So of course he's gonna post that shit if he does some shit like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, when JJ Watt proposed and the big beautiful ass, he had the camera. Everybody look at how I'm proposing because I'm better than you. So if dudes posted every time they was getting it and they was getting it 3 times a day, I would be hot as hell, right? So that's the thing. You said, what is wrong with the guy planning it? Now, this is just from my reading up. One of the best relationship books I read is What Women Want. And it's like 400 pages, just interviews of women. What do you like? What do you like? What do you like? Do you like when he does this? And you realize that all women are very similar and all women are different. But basically, one of the consensuses they said is they want a man to plan something. I don't know why it's important. I don't want to plan anything. But for some reason, they want a dude to plan something. Now, like I said, I don't want to make space for that in my head. It's for you. All that proposal shit, it's for you. You plan it. You the one who wants it. Why do you need me to do it? It feels helpless when they do that, right? It's like saying, you didn't ask me to the prom. Motherfucker, you should have did it. You the one who want to go to the prom looking for Tina's face.
You know what? I'm going to cut in.
Go ahead.
And yes, the asking, like, why don't you plan it?
Yeah.
They don't like the, like, well, you can do that. It's the same people who ask you, what do you want for your birthday?
That's hilarious.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't agree with that.
But I do.
Get the point real quick so I can get back on mine. What do you mean by what do you want for your birthday?
Well, it's like they're not planning your birthday. They're asking you, what do you want for your birthday?
Good point. That's
you know what I'm saying? But for the romance, they want you to plan it. It's like they get off.
Yes.
A lot of them they're skating, man.
Yeah, they're skating.
Oh, I disagree, but
we'll
I don't want to
get
get off topic.
So you said, why is it the man who needs to work? And Bill Burr talked about it as well on the special. It's basically all the shit I'm doing wrong. Let me tell you why. I told you I'm playing basketball at the Comedy Store, guys, right now. Last Friday, we're in a tight game-winning situation. I go in for the game-winning shot. Dude lights me up. Boom. I missed the shot. Brother, he was like, you want your foul? I said, I'm good. They call their fouls, the women in the relationship in this analogy.
Yeah.
Everything. Now, on the other side of I was going against this other guy. I barely touched this motherfucker. He called a foul. I looked at him. He was like, it's a bitch-ass foul, man, but I'm out of breath, man. I got to call it. I said, listen, man, I respect you for saying it was a bitch-ass foul because it was a bitch-ass foul, but I respect you for saying it. He called like 3 fouls against me, and it was all week. And he became a joke. He was like, hey, man, was that better than the last one? I'm like, yeah. But still, I didn't call no foul, dog, because as a man, I think it's a bitch-ass move to call you foul unless you just get intentionally hack-a-shacked.
Yeah.
From where I'm from, we don't call fouls unless it's just in a shot in the head and you're like, come on, dog, nigga, I got to call that. But the ticky-tack, he hit my wrist and I missed because he hit my wrist, I should have went stronger. Mm-hmm. Women call they fouls.
Constantly.
They
complain to the refs.
They complain to the refs.
They work in the refs all game.
All day. So that's why you
I don't see a problem with that. I don't see a problem with that.
That's why we're always working on you. And going back to the communication part earlier, we talked about the save the relationship moment where the communication, when my boy said, well, have you told her? Well, dog, we don't want to communicate that every time, but they will. Yeah. They'll communicate it every time.
They are the squeaky wheel.
They are the squeaky wheel.
Yeah.
Come out, and we don't. So that's why this is hard, man. That's why it always ends up being us. Because if we told them everything that's wrong with them, first of all, they couldn't handle it because they have a meltdown every time. Oh my God! Why was attacking me?
Yeah. Why am I here today?
Oh my God! They could not.
I didn't know you hated me so much.
Oh my! That's why we didn't say nothing.
The fuck.
So her question is, what should she do? How can she get some romance? And I'll just go full circle to what we were talking about earlier, man. She's going to have to communicate her needs and say, listen, I need you to try. She has to understand who she's with. But she's also saying, she's got to work with him and say, hey, what can you do? How often do you think you can plan something? And let him decide. And then he just got to, hold him to it.
Well, I would say baby steps too.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, plan something for us, do something. Like, hey, man, is it Mary? No,
Melanie.
I'll say, Melanie, pick the day. Pick the day. Let's go somewhere Friday. Hey, why don't you? Where you pick something, but you carve out the day so he knows Friday. I gotta come up with something, and so now that puts a little bit more. I don't want to say the word pressure, but I can't think of another word. Pressure on him to figure something out because he knows Friday we gotta go somewhere.
Yeah, there's a way to inspire him.
Yeah,
I have two.
Quickly get in it.
Things.
We're almost out of here.
One, I think this might be a good way of helping you. Maybe make a game out of it so she can put have a box somewhere in the house that you put all of the things that you would want him to do for you.
Fantastic.
And he can pick out of the box, and
genius.
you have the date. That's one idea. And then the second one, there's a book. I don't remember the name, but I'll put it in on your Instagram.
Sure.
But it's called like Romantic something. I will. I'm going to do it before we leave. But it's a book, and it basically, you pull out like these coupons, and the men have it, the women have it, and it gives you ideas on things you can do that's romantic. It's called like Romantic something for couples. I'll find it and then post it.
If you guys have a Dear Irby letter, send us an email at dearirby@themrapodcast.com. That is Dear Irby @themrapodcast.com. Bertina, where can we find you? First of all, thank you for coming to the show. Another excellent output from you. Where can we find you?
I am on Instagram at IamBelow.
Kamal Jabbar.
I was about to make a joke, but I'm not, because it's going to be corny. At Angry Kamal on Twitter.
I am at Kyle Irby, KYLEERBY. You can find us both at The MRA Podcast. KyleIrby.com is my website where you can see some of my commercials, some of my comedy stuff, and all things Kyle Irby at KyleIrby.com. And find us at TheMRAPodcast.com. That's where you can see all of our 60 or listen to all 60 of our previous episodes. Ladies, we love you. Fellas, be a man at all times.
Deuces.
MRA.